This is the Region Rush.
It's the ESPN 97.7 Region Rush. He's Lawrence, I'm Andy. We're ready to rush best 9 plays in Region this week. We go to Snow Canyon High School. Who else but number 1 Keith Adams breaks away the C parts, and he gets into the end zone. He was awesome. Flashes a U. What does that mean, Keith? Are you going to the University of Utah? Let's all hope. Here's Braxton Torres. Stretch play for Cedar. Gets around the edge. Nice seal and into the end zone for Cedar. Number 7, how about Hunter Johnson flinging it to Brooks Esplin. He had a Herculean game, misses a tackle, gets a great block down the sideline and in for pay dirt. We go to the state championship soccer game. Jaden Nelson playing some awesome defense. This was a defensive struggle. Watch this as Mountain Crest gets inside, and here comes Jaden. Boom! No soup for you. Kicks it out. Unfortunately, Crimson lost that game 1-0. Here is your weekly taste of Shea Anderson on the rush. A little whoop and gets to the sideline. How electrifying has he been? Jaquil Mitchell doesn't get a highlight this week for some reason, but he had 4 touchdowns in the first half. Here's Jackson Ritchie going up, getting the loft pass, showing it to the DB like, I just caught this. You tried to stop me, but I still caught it. That's number 4. We go to number 3. State champion mountain biking. This was unbelievable. The largest high school event maybe ever. Thousands of kids. Region 10 did really well in one of the coolest things I've ever seen. Here is Barbin again. Little swing pass out to Seth Takau, who breaks a tackle, and he is gone. How about Honor Allo, the lineman leading the charge, number 50. How fast is that kid? And of course, we remember him. He's our Region Rush homecoming king this year. Number 50, great job, Honor, on the blocking. And then the play of the week, Brooks Esplin again. He breaks about 30 tackles on this play. One of the last plays of his high school career. Gets through everybody. Are you not entertained? Brooks Esplin, congratulations, our Zion Trophies play of the week on the Region Rush. Check out Zion Trophies and Awards now open in St. George. If you're having a high school banquet, an award show, if a student has excelled, one of your employees, go to Zion Trophies if you want to give your recipient something that they'll keep for a lifetime. All right, time now for our panel segment. We got Rustin Burnside. We got the redheaded kid from Problem Child, the movie back in the 90s. They're breaking down Region 10 playoff matchups this Friday night. We got them all covered right here on ESPN Radio. This segment brought to you by our good friends at Gallion, Welker, and Beckstrom, the most experienced attorneys here in Southern Utah. Who is the toughest guy to block in this PV Desert Hills matchup, Rustin?
I know the Thunder statistically have the more imposing defense, but if I had to go from a single player perspective, I would go with Jeffrey Taloa of the Pineview Panthers. Taloa this year has been an absolute monster, 43 tackles, 4 sacks. Every single time that ball snapped, he seems to be breaking through the opposing offensive line. He does things that do not show up in the stat line. He's always in the backfield. He's always driving a running back to the left or right into those talented linebackers' arms. He's been special all year.
Well, you can't go wrong with Jeffrey. I'm going the other way, fellas. I'm going Robbie Tangren. Big number 88 for the Thunder. He is unblockable. He's harder to block than those spam calls I get from Bangalore. Goodness gracious. 48 tackles, 6 sacks. He's the man. He's the man. If he's not playing next level, if he's not playing Saturday football, something's wrong here, folks. This kid's a baller.
Who's the best player on Green Canyon, guys?
Yeah, for me, I'm going to have to go with Green Canyon running back Gavin Christiansen. The Wolves' offense has kind of been up and down throughout the year, but he's been a constant threat. Titch under 700 yards on the season, averaging about 5 yards per carry. He is going to be the difference maker on whether this Green Canyon team can stand up to a tough Crimson Cliffs defense. It's going to be Christiansen getting the ball early and often to try to set up that pass game in the future.
Well, surprise, surprise. Rusty goes with another skilled position player. Whoopity-doo! I'm going with Bryce Radford, number 55. He's big, he's mean, he's a D1 commit, and when he pulls, watch out! He's a lot of fun to watch. I think you're going to have a lot of fun. But Crimson Cliffs has a great defensive front, so I think they can hold their own, but watch out for the big fella, double nickel.
All right, great matchup between running backs. Who you got, Keith or Tyden this Friday?
There's no denying that this is a battle of the Titans when it comes to the tailback position between these two squads. But I got to go with the guy who's been doing it all year long, and that's Keith Adams of the Pineview Panthers. Not only is he second in the Utah 4A in terms of rushing yards this year, he leads the entire state of Utah in touchdowns per game at 2.1.
Okay, listen. Keith Adams is a heck of a back. Tyden Morris ran for 316 yards the last time they played. I mean, how can I go against
that's
number
totally
12?
fine, but Adams is the entire Pineview offense for the most part, right? Desert Hills has other pieces that can step up and rise to the occasion if need be. Pineview solely has to rely on Keith Adams. In a playoff situation, he's going to be their guy.
Number 12 for Desert Hills. He's a man-child. Keith's a man-child. I think they're both going to be around 200 yards, but I'll give the edge to Tyden.
All right, guys, is Dixie ready to win a state championship now that they've got Bronson Barbin back?
That's the key word right there. You mentioned Bronson Barbin being back. As fantastic as that is, it opens so many positions up for other guys. Seth DeCow, now back at his natural position of running back. He's able to add a new wrinkle to that offense. Guys like Shea Anderson, Mason Kesterson, as well as others are all able to play more of their natural position. They don't have to adjust near as much. Jakeo Mitchell has been a prime example of everything he's been able to do. He's had some of that weight lifted off his shoulder, and not to mention Barbin throwing 6 touchdowns against Bear River in a playoff game. All those things are great, and that makes them a state title contender, but let's not forget the defense, led by Bodie Ray and Tofi and Trevin Aldridge, a defense that is only behind Ridgeline and Crimson Cliffs in all of 4A in terms of points allowed.
Let's see. I can answer this in about 12 words. Blaine, Bronson, Jakeo, Shea, Casey, Honor, Truman, Trevin. Are you going to tell them that they can't win a state championship? Are you going to tell that list of guys they're not good enough? I'm not. I'm not. They're very capable.
All right, thank you, Rustin, and the little boy from Problem Child for joining us on our panel segment. Appreciate that. Also appreciate our sponsor at Revere Health, Dr. Stephen T. Kirk, now in St. George. He's been a team doctor on the Olympic teams, colleges all over the place. Now he's in St. George and he's taking new patients. Check out Dr. Stephen T. Kirk at Coral Desert Orthopedics. All right, time now for our film breakdown segment featuring Carl Frankie. Carl, take it away.
Anderson trying to break 35 points, and there's a nice throw and a catch, and it's complete to Crandall.
Today we're going to break down the Power O play from Pineview Snow Canyon game last week, and you'll see here where they're lined up, the tight end comes across and picks up the first color or backer in the hole that he sees. When we rewind it again, we'll see that the guard on the back side is looking to kick out. The last man on the line of scrimmage, everything else gets kicked down and watched. And then the running back now has his lane and his cutback if he likes. And you can see how well Keith Adams likes that play. Okay, this clip is from the Desert Hills Pineview game the first time they met. Desert Hills and 11 personnel, meaning that they bring a tight end in the game. So they got one extra guy there. So they got 6 guys on against this 3 front. This outside linebacker is supposed to be the force defender, meaning he has to stay outside or keep his outside arm free and force everything back inside. What he does on this play is he jumps inside right here, okay? Now, once he sees, even if there's a blitz call, once he sees the backside guard pull for Desert Hills and come to his side, he now has to, he needs to meet him and force him to have the ball carrier turn that up inside where he has his middle linebackers filling. What Desert Hills does, it's a kick out, so it's either a kick out or a wrap. So if there's no one to kick out on the end of the line of scrimmage, you'll see this guard right here. Okay, he's gonna start to turn and wrap. And once he does that, he seals the edge and allows the running back to run outside where there's nobody else because the corner is already in phase with the wide receiver. So you got a double post concept here by Pineview from the field side. And both safeties are super wide, as you can see, for Snow Canyon. So the middle of the field is really wide open. So what that tells me is, as a quarterback, is they're probably going to try to get this backer to drop deep middle, which he, as right off the bat, kind of seems to do that. This will backer here, which is, he's kind of caught in the middle. But you're going to see with Williams running across the field, he's trying to get across the face of this safety. If he doesn't get across the face of this safety, then this window is not open to the outside. And because McKenzie is such a good route runner and he's so strong, he's able to screen the defender here, which is almost, they're basically running quarters coverage. All the quarterback has to do is put it on his body, his frame, and let him do the rest. And that clears the way. But without Turner's route running, getting across the face of that safety, that window never comes open.
Thanks so much, Coach Frankie. Listen to Carl and Devin Friday night on our Game of the Week on ESPN 97.7 and CEC TV. That's Pineview traveling to Desert Hills. Other games you can listen to on our family of networks. Crimson Cliffs going up on the road. They play Green Canyon. And then Dixie hosting Skyview. That's an early game. That starts at 4 o'clock. Don't forget, voting is open for the first annual Region Rushdie Awards. We're awarding the Coach of the Year, the Quarterback of the Year, Running Back. Everything has an award. Best Student Section, Band, Drill, Cheerleader, all sorts of stuff. We'll have a link on this video as well as on sportsradio977.com, and we'll have the award show right here on the Region Rush a couple weeks from now, the Tuesday before the state championship. Not too late. Go vote for the Region Rushdies, and we'll see you next time on the Region Rush.